Hello, Facebook. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. This is Mike Jones from Mike Jones Draws is back on the air again for another week. We almost missed this one. We're a little late getting started today, but I spent a lot of time last night working on this stuff on my own and stayed up a little late. Got a little carried away.
You know how Saturdays can be.
So I had to sleep a little bit today and I got a late start. But we're here, and we're back. We're back working on the Scarlet Mutton. There's a pet project that I've been trying to complete for a long time, and we're working on page 7 and 8 today. And we got it started. Say hello to Jacob Boone Reed. He's my producer.
What's up, Internet?
When a man without whom this show could not be possible.
I'm gonna do a chat check from Facebook.
Do a chat check on Facebook, and we'll see how that goes.
See if we got it.
We had a few issues with our chat. The first few times we tried to broadcast on 3 platforms simultaneously. Big shout out to all my friends out there, my daughter, my son, my family, my friends. I hope you're all having a great Sunday. If you have a chance to stop in and see what we're doing, come on by. We'd love to hear from you. We love talking to you, and we like your input. So let's get started without any further ado. We are working on page 7. This is a upside down.
Okay.
And page 7. This is our prototype page that's going to be turned into this page, and I've got about half of it penciled in, and I had to ink the sketch in order for me to transfer it, because I can't see the pencil lines really good with this light table unless it's really dark, and right now it's 4 in the afternoon, so you can't darken it up too much or you wouldn't be able to see anything. So let's finish this. This is the page where he starts to explain. He starts to tell his friends what his plans are and what he's thinking about doing. And it's 2 pages of exposition like that. And the other page is right here, page 8.
Notice I got some chat popping up from Facebook.
Chat.
It works now, so I got the
And
chat working.
that is really
Facebook.
cool. You know, I was watching the video last week after the show, and I saw those things down there. It was really cool. Now I can glance over and see it myself.
Yes.
And that's really great. Shout out to Scotty Phillips. Hope you're out there, Scotty. I know you're out there somewhere.
Very inspirational dude there.
Very inspirational. All right, so let's get started here. Let's get this page just knocked out. Then we have to put the word balloons in. I like that. Let's see here.
So, musical selection this week will be Zorro.
Oh well, yes, we're
1920.
Yeah, that's a really excellent film. For anybody who's never seen the original first film adaptation of Zorro with Douglas Fairbanks, it is an absolutely gem of a movie. It's one of the first great action films, and it definitely put Zorro on the map, and it gave Fairbanks a second career. Formerly, he had been known for doing mostly light comedies.
You know, Johnny
And now
tells
he
a story that Douglas Fairbanks had a place here in
I'm sure he did.
somewhere in like Coquina Key or something.
Yeah, I think he did have a place down here in Johnny's neck of the woods. Yeah,
Right.
he did. It was one. I think it was just a Florida vacation home that he had.
Right.
He was very wealthy. I mean, he was one of the very first Hollywood superstars. And he and his wife both were superstars of the movies. Mary Pickford was his wife.
Maybe Snell Isle.
It's probably someplace like that. I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, it had to be a nice pad. The place they lived in California is called Pickfair. They called it Pickfair after their two names. And that's it was a lavish mansion where they held lots of parties, Hollywood elite and stuff. And they were the first power couple in Hollywood. And Fairbanks would continue to be popular into the early 30s, and then his popularity waned after that. The same with his wife. She kind of lost popularity too after she got into her late 30s.
Wish I had pictures of.
Anyway, let's. Anyway, so Zorro is the music we're using, the background music, and let's see how that works. Not really doing any adventure portions of the story right now, but it'd be great if I could to use this type of music, the rousing adventure music, for when I draw the fight scenes and stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna have to tackle somehow.
Oh, well, we'll get to that.
I wish I knew an electronic musician. How hard could it be? Maybe that'll be my next
What's that?
adventure. Digital music. I could arrange.
Well,
I could arrange an orchestra.
I guess so.
There it is. Chat works. Rebecca Prieto. Look. Hey, Pops. Look right here.
Hey, Shani. What's up? Looking forward to seeing you. Hope all is well. Hope your business is still off the chain.
I'm just thrilled that chat works properly now. That's amazing.
It is nice.
I wish you could see it on my end. Like it's glorious.
It was a pain in the butt the last couple of weeks until you got that sorted out.
It works.
So we're on 3 platforms, and we had to have the chat had to work simultaneously with all 3.
Which it does.
And there was a few bugs in that at the beginning, and then
yeah, it worked with Twitch and YouTube. Facebook not so much, but fixed it. Now everything's golden. It's gonna take me a minute to get over that. Anyway, nice to see you for sure.
yes, it's nice of you to drop in, sweetheart. We're just working on a page.
She says work's going good. She's having to turn it down. That's a first.
Just having the term work down.
Right, that's good.
That's good.
That's like us with our showers. We're gonna have to raise our prices or something. We're kind of the same way.
Really?
We're just covered up.
Well, you know, I can think of a lot worse things than having to turn down business. I mean, and that's that means you're jamming.
It's a lot to handle.
All right.
Yeah, as if things weren't crazy enough, right? Yeah, that's how Mike started the show. I was talking. We're tired ourselves,
Yeah,
staying up too late.
Yeah, well, you know, I had a few cocktails yesterday, but nothing. I didn't go crazy, but I got really into my work last night, and I started inking a bunch of my preliminary sketches so that I could transfer them onto the page. And I did quite a few,
Last week,
quite a few things last night. I was up till like 6 o'clock, 6:30 this morning, and I didn't even realize what time it was. And I looked up and I said, "Oh my God, the sun's out." And I said, "Man, I got to go to bed. I won't be able to draw today and be on the show, you know." So I got as much sleep as I could, and then Jake showed up, and I had to get up and try to get myself together to do this, you know. But I'm okay now. But boy, you got to stop doing that. I don't know.
It's like a Harley Davidson. It's a rough start, but smooth ride.
Holy shit. Easy turbo, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't get that crazy all the time. I don't have that much energy. But last night I was all hyped up about getting these pages knocked out and getting them laid out. So we're getting there. We did some prototype pages today. We're getting a new camera on the 20th. Well, it'll come while I'm in California. But when I get back from vacation, we'll be able to take really, really beautiful photographs of these pages, and clean them up and put the lettering in them like this. We did some pages. This is page 3 here. Preliminary look at some of the way the lettering will look, and the lettering is a font that we found, a free font.
It's just a sample.
It's a sample, and it looks better that way. It's a lot cooler looking than if I were to try to hand letter it, which I have done in some cases. Like I left my hand lettering here and here, and these word balloons with the and the ah. But as far as the text in the boxes and other things like that, I have to do it with the font. It's basically a requirement that Comixology wants because it adds more professionalism to the pages.
We're considering getting my nephew Shandon Schuler to do the coloring of the entire thing.
Yes, if we can convince him to do it, that would be wonderful because I really don't want to color it.
The TV here was
TV,
colored by my nephew.
I drew that a couple years ago, and we had to have some channel art, so I drew this black and white line drawing of this old-fashioned TV, and Shannon got a hold of it, his nephew, and he's just a whiz with color, and he did some other things for us too. What did he color Didn't he color some other stuff for us?
He did all the artwork for my cowbell that I have available on the Google Play Store, Cowbell Shake Plus.
That's true. But anyway, he's good and he's fast, and I think he'll do a good job on this. And it'll save me a lot of time. I would much prefer just to stick with the penciling and the inking, and I'm also doing the writing. So I mean, I've got my hands full.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had to go through all the pages. On my off time this week, I made this script here, going through every page of the 13 pages in the prologue origin recap that we're working on now, and I had to get the wording correct. I wanted to know exactly how it was going to read, so we could make these out of it. Okay, so these are just prototypes. These are not the final product.
Close, but
they're close.
Not quite.
They're not quite there yet. Okay, back to work. that was going to say...
She says, love the car. Well, that's...
Huh?
The car took some work.
Yeah, the car is definitely still... I'm still working on the car, actually. That car has been through a lot of changes. In fact, I made some changes on this page again. That this page has to be rephotographed and redone, as I changed a few little things over here, and did a little crisping up some of the thing. Took some white out and took some things off. But anyway, this page is the cool page. This is the one. This is the page where it's the last page of the prologue and the first page at the same time of the adventure that follows, which is another 22 pages.
I actually typoed one of the words there.
Yeah, there's a typo on this too. This was the very first one that we actually printed out just to see how it would look on, an actual comic book size, which is a... Yes, I have used projectors before. And I have my friend Scotty still uses them now and then to project things on his boards.
Oh wow!
So he has some guidelines for his paintings,
Oh.
which is really, it does work. I don't. When I did a restaurant one time called the Paradise Pig, back in, I think it was around 2002. When did I do that?
Pictures
It
are on
might
the
have been
website.
1997. But anyway, I painted this restaurant, and I had to put all this art on the walls, and a whole bunch of different stuff. All pigs, rock and roll pigs was the theme of that restaurant. It was a barbecue place. And I had to use a projector to put my stuff on the walls, because it would have taken a long time to recreate the drawings on the walls, because I didn't want to do any erasing on the walls. I didn't want to take a chance on making a mistake when I went from paper to the wall. So we used a projector, and you pull it back and it enlarges it. It works fine as long as you don't bump it.
Yeah.
If you bump it, you got to realign it, and you got to have the right darkness in the room, the right amount of light, so that it shows up good and stuff. But I mean, they're a pain in the ass, but they're very effective. I don't need that for this. I just use my light table to burn, to blow my ink drawing through here so I can see it and recreate it. And then it makes a much cleaner looking page by doing it this way, that extra step. Then and then you ink it, and then they'll all become clean drawings like that on this page. But you can see I'm doing a 3-shot deal here where he has a little revelation. Okay, let's go back to it. And while it does appear that I'm tracing, I am tracing my own work. Oh yeah, this music is rather arousing. I can see that. There'd be some sword fighting going on in this movie, so that Zorro's kicking some Spaniard's ass, and he's being chased down by the federales. I have to say that movie has historically has a lot of importance to film, because it was really the first great action film. And Douglas Fairbanks was the screen's first authentic action hero. And it gave him a second career, like I was saying. In the teens, Fairbanks had already gained popularity as a comedian. He did light comedies, romance comedies, things like that. And he bought the rights to do the Zorro thing. He just thought he wanted to change it up and do something different. And boy, was it a big hit. And he started him on making other action films like The Black Pirate, The Thief of Baghdad, the Three Musketeers. He was one of the first actors to play D'Artagnan. And in a sequel to that, The Man in the Iron Mask, also came as a result of the popularity of that film. And he did swashbucklers. He was a swashbuckler. That's the word I'm looking for. And and the guy that came after him, Errol Flynn, basically took over the type of roles that he had done in the 20s. Flynn did in the 30s and 40s. He became the swashbuckler of the sound era, whereas Fairbanks was a swashbuckler of the silent era. Enough about that.
That was an incredible history lesson. We're going to have to reference that for the film examiner.
My son told me last night, he called me an encyclopedia, a walking encyclopedia about old movies and stuff.
So Rebecca asked, "Did you get the vaccination?"
No, but I'm making an appointment to get one. And I decided to wait till after the trip. I got to get 2 shots, and they can't give them to me at the same time. So I'm gonna have to set up a vaccination and then go back and get another shot another time. So yes, I'm getting the shot. I'm definitely doing that. I was hesitant, like some people. I'm never the first one to dive in when it comes to that kind of a thing. I just want to see. I wanted to see how it went for other people, and the percentage of people that are having some kind of bad reaction to the shots is very, 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 very micro small. So I'm thinking it's safe, and I'm going to do it. Did you? Did you get yours? I don't remember if we discussed that.
I got one last Friday. Kicked in the dirt yesterday for about an hour.
Kicked in the dirt yesterday.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Sure.
You got your last one Friday? Okay, so you're done with it. Wait, what do you mean you kicked in? Oh, you're fine. I see. You kicked in. You were down. I see. For about an hour, you had a little reaction, a bad reaction. Now that's what they say about that second shot. They say the second shot is the one that kicks your ass.
Yeah.
Johnny told me he got his second shot. He was kind of fucked up for about 2 days, but then after that he felt fine. And other people say varies in how much time you were only feeling poorly for like an hour. That's not bad. I can do that. Anyway, I'm glad you got your shot, and I hope you don't mind that I haven't got mine yet. But I'm clean. I've been tested, and I'm definitely not. I don't have COVID.
See, here in Florida, you know, the stories are kind of true. Like, I went to Applebee's the other night and nobody was wearing a mask, but I don't walk into a place without wearing a mask. But, like, I sat down at the
Everything's
bar.
opened up. Good. That's good.
I sat down at the bar. I was like, oh, mask not required. He said, welcome to Florida. I'm like, all right.
Well, that's because we live in a Republican state.
Yeah.
The Republicans are eager to get back to work. They don't want to miss one day of profit. And I mean, I understand that too. I mean, you know, you can't put people out of work indefinitely. Some people have to make a living. But
gas stations and stuff are still.
I think when you go into a store, you should still wear a mask.
You
you're going to be around when you're going to be around a lot of people.
Restaurants seems to be not so much.
Well, they make you wear a mask to walk in the restaurant, but when you sit down at the table, you can take it off, and you're sitting definitely closer than 6 feet to the next person next to you.
Yeah. Whatever.
You're swapping air with the next person that's sitting right next to you in the booth. I mean,
you gotta eat. What? Am I supposed to cook myself?
No, we're supposed to be 6 feet apart, but they can't. They don't have tables where they have you 6 feet apart, where you know every chair is 6 feet. You know, they don't do that. What they were doing was they were making the, like, one table would be you could sit at, and the other one next to it you couldn't sit at. You know, so they spread the parties apart. You know. But I'm glad they're opening up, man. I mean, you know, but we've got to somehow be able to carry on get back to life.
Well, getting the vaccination, I guess, is a big part of that.
Yep. I'm looking forward to hitting that restaurant with you and having a few of those tasty drinks. And, I don't know, a little reminiscing. Becky and I go back a long way.
Arts Bar and Grill, old school.
Oh, that's right, Arts. And that's not too far from where I'm going to be staying, right? At the Hyatt. Old school lounge. Oh.
There you go.
Well, I'm an old school lounge lizard, so I'll fit right in.
Right around the corner. Man, that sounds like a good time.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I talked to Nick yesterday. We had a nice long conversation. I hope Nick's out there watching somewhere. He told me he'd come by today. We had a nice conversation. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone and giving my granddaughter a great big hug and kiss. She's getting so big, I can't believe it. She's going to be 3 already in October.
Olivia.
And I'm like, Olivia, yeah. And I'm gonna meet I'm gonna get to meet my other granddaughter for the first time, and she's a sweetheart too. Her name is Lily.
Olivia. Boom. This, I remember Mike drawing this. This is Olivia right there.
Oh yes. Yes, that was the first photo I got of her.
What's the date on 19?
Yeah, that was right after she was born in 18. Right, this is her third birthday coming up, the 2021. So I did that like a month or two after she was born, right in the beginning of 2019. And that came, that drawing actually came out very, very quickly. That was a fast one, man. It just flowed right out of my hands. I mean, drawing babies is really not that hard. For some reason they're kind of easy. All right, now we got that one, and we got this last image.
She says, well, I'm going to go lay down for a bit. Olivia's a character and knows all of her daddy's buttons.
Oh, I'm sure of that. I know she's a handful, and I can tell by when I talk on the phone. She's she's in the background, screaming. She wants her dad's attention constantly, and that's not unusual. So you get some rest, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping in, and we're going to be back up again next week, and that'll be our final broadcast. No, we got 2 more broadcasts I think before I leave, don't we?
You tell me, I don't know.
Well, I'm leaving on the 18th, and the 17th.
Yeah, 1 week off.
The 16th is a Sunday, and then
maybe you could do just a little 5-minute hello from your phone.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to send out a shout out to everybody, and tell them, we're not going to be on the air but we're not going to be on the air on the 23rd for sure. Because I'll be in sunny California and winging my way from there to sunny Arizona. I'll be heading out west to hang out with the Cowboys. Yeah.
Nice to see you, Rebecca. Thanks for stopping in.
Love you, baby. All right, we got this last one here.
Oh.
Don't know how much I'm going to do today. Like I said, I stayed up late last night. I'm a little tired, but I want to try to knock out the pencils on these page 7 and 8, so that they'll be ready for inking. And then we'll see what else we got over there that we can work on.
We got 3 of these inked up last week.
3 of them, yeah?
Yeah, that's a good chunk. I know you've been working on them throughout the week as well.
Well, yeah, I've been doing little bits and pieces, but I had to do a little bit of writing too. I actually started a little bit of writing on the Trippy Hollow thing too. With Sierra, we're kind of messing with that. She's anxious to do that, and I keep saying, well, we need a story, and I'm not going to do that until after I finish this one. We have lots of ideas for comic strips. I've got maybe 5 or 6 different ideas for comic strips that I'd love to flesh out, but I'm going to picked out in this one, and this is the one we're going to finish. And after that, we'll see what else we can do.
Corey or Sierra.
Corey here?
I don't know. Somebody. Hey.
What up with it?
Hey, Sierra, we were just talking about you.
You were?
Yeah, I was just mentioning that we had just been did a little work on Trippy Hollow yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
How's it going?
What's new?
It's going, you know. It's Sunday.
Got the triple stream chat work for everything. Facebook is perfect. Because you know how last week the chat wasn't showing up from Facebook? It worked from Twitch, it worked from YouTube, but not from Facebook. Anyway, it works from Facebook now.
So you got you're 3 minutes with?
Yeah, and everything works from one window now.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Makes my heart happy.
Big progression there, big level up.
Progression is important.
So yeah, we're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook
Okay.
right now.
As far as the drawings, this one is laid out. I just got to add the balloons. Now I'm going to work on this one first. Do that. Characters on that one. Page 7, and this is page 8.
We're rocking some Zorro music.
Yes, we're
Free,
listening
you know?
to the music in the background.
It doesn't get
I feel
muted.
that. I feel
It
that.
doesn't get muted.
I told Nick yesterday the origin of Flocker, where we got the name, and how that came about, and how the Scarlet Mutton came about in my head. It had a lot to do with the I Am Flocker thing we did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told it was it was a political thing we did, and I didn't really want to do politics anyway. And it all came to a head one day, and I decided to go with this idea. I could still use the name Flogger in a small way, not in the title, but as a character.
We need to make more blurbs.
Yeah. What, you mean blurbs like for the Scarlet Mutton?
Right.
I agree.
Whatever.
I think we should shamelessly self-promote this. Nick has some good ideas, for possible inclusions for the Scarlet Mutton, possible future episodes, but I told him I wouldn't be developing them unless he actually sent me scripts. I want scripts. I want the full script. I can't really do these things like without them. I have to know what I'm drawing, and I have to know it has to fit in with the continuity that I've already created as well. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I was just trying to say that this whole the whole idea of the Scarlet Mutton came because of another character we created called Lambert, who was going to be Flocker's little buddy. And I had an idea or an episode. We were going to do a thing called The Professor, where this kid would go to class with other little sheeples. He was a sheeple character, much like Lambo here, and they would learn from Flocker. They would learn how not to be a sheeple. And it was a little. I actually knocked out like 8 pages of that, and never finished it because that's when we had a little falling out. And but the idea of the Scarlet Mutton came from Lambert. Lambert was going to be in his class, and he was a terrible student, and he fell asleep in class, and he dreamed that he was the sidekick of a superhero. And that's where the whole idea for the Scarlet Mutton came from. I wanted to do a superhero kind of a thing, and yet keep it within the context of the sheep characters. So that's where that came from. And now I've turned it into an actual strip. Lambert does not exist anymore.
He's now Lambo.
He's now Lambo. A totally different character.
Yeah, and Nick was coming up with some really good ideas last week, but
Yeah,
I'm like you, like maybe we should send him a copy of the script that we got now, so he can see, as an example,
that's a very good idea.
You only need so many words per page. Not writing a book, you're just writing a bunch of narration and dialogue.
Yeah,
Key
it's very specific too.
Key plot elements.
It's definitely a very specific type of writing. I mean,
Mr. Marshall. Kitty. Marshall's playing The Floor is Lava.
Marshall's what?
He's playing The Floor is Lava. He doesn't want to step it. He literally put his 2 front feet into one of your shoes.
Interesting.
He was trying to look for something to jump on and couldn't find it.
Almost done with this, we'll be able to turn the light table off. And then we can get a little more light in here. Start doing some other stuff. Alright. Finish Wooly here. I got this feeling that Wooly's going to become a very popular character. I don't know why. I think he's going to be kind of a cynical smartass. You know, who
He's the
basically
voice of reason.
He's the voice of reason. I think he's going to want to get out. I think he's going to want to try to talk the Scarlet Mutton into stopping his crusade.
Right.
You know, why are we risking our lives? We can go to jail.
Right.
You know, don't you want to have a normal life again, Trent? You know, this kind of thing. And he's going to be the voice, but then the Scarlet Mutton's always going to have to go back and say, you know, look, we're not done yet. There's more to do. But I thought all you wanted to do was solve your father's murder. You've done that. Now what? You know? And he said, now we go on. We continue. There are other people that need our help. You know? This town's rooted with corruption. We're gonna, you know, get out there and fight that crime and protect the sheep, and he decides to continue in his crusade.
Right.
After that, but
Just
initially,
how far is too far?
exactly, and eventually, even he starts to doubt himself. You know, he starts to get lonely. He likes that girl, and you know he wants to have a life again. You know.
Did you find a spot, Marshall? Yeah, he don't want to touch the floor. Hey, Card Stuntman coming in from Twitch. Happy Sunday, sir.
Happy Sunday, Mr. Card Stuntman. I knew it was only a matter of time before we'd see you. Working on page 7 and 8 right now.
Much more, feels like a much more tired Sunday than it was last Sunday.
Oh yeah, well I'm starting to get my energy back now though. I'm starting to get pumped up again.
I wish I was.
I wish you were too. We were pumped up last night, Scotty, and we were not pumped up. I was pumped up, and I did a bunch of drawing last night. Stayed up way too late. So today we got another late start because we were both a little bit. We both stayed up too late. Apparently, Jake stayed up till 5. I stayed up till like 6:30. I looked up and there's the sun. I was like, "What's going on here? I've been drawing all night." Apparently, I was.
See, we've been on for a little over an hour.
No, I mean, that was the question I asked myself last night. Was, have I been drawing all night?
Burning the midnight oils for sure.
Oh, the only way it's going to get this damn thing done.
I'm hungry, I'm tired. I'm broke. No, I'm not broke.
You're not broke.
See,
I remember when you were.
even
I remember when you used to be, though.
even Cord Stuntman says I've been lazy.
Who? He's saying you've been lazy, or he's saying
him.
you've been lazy?
He.
Why you been lazy, Scotty? What are you doing? Doing no painting? You're going back to playing some games on the computer?
Well, if you look here, he says you just did a commissioned dog piece.
Oh, commission, cool. And isn't that funny? Everybody wants you to draw their dogs. You know, I mean, I had the same problem. Whenever I get a commission, it's somebody wanting their pet painted. But hey, money's money.
Pets are family too,
Pets
man.
are family, and you know, I mean, it's just not exactly the most exciting thing for an artist to do. But you're getting paid. Good job, Scotty. Getting paid, selling paintings. That's it, man.
That's what makes you a professional.
That's right.
Pros get paid.
Pros get paid, and the rest of us just wish we were getting paid. So we just turned this preliminary sketch into a page now, and we're going to add some more balloons up here.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it comes and goes in like cycles, like the moon.
What does?
Inspiration. He says I've been painting in spurts. I feel a spurt coming on.
Oh yeah, you got to be inspired, man. You know, I sometimes have that problem too. I sit around and I think, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I just don't feel like, I just don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden I get this idea, and it's like, hey, I can't wait to get to the table. You know, I get an idea in the middle of the day when I'm out surveying.
Right.
You know, and I think, God, I can't wait to get home and do that. You know, but by the time I get home, I'm too tired.
Yeah.
Like, where'd that energy go? I've been doing some of this work done during the week, though, not just on Sunday. I find that I have to put more than one day into this in order to get it done in any kind of reasonable time frame. All right, so page 7 and page 8 getting there. I'm gonna take a break and then come back and put some balloons in here, and then we'll put these pages aside for the nonce and go to some other pages that are closer to completion and try knocking them out. So let me show you what we've got here, Scotty. We did a couple of preliminary test runs with some with the font that we have and the computer we're using, and did a couple of test pages, and it's not looking too bad. We're gonna have them colored by hopefully we're gonna have them colored by Shandon Reed. Shandon Schuler. That's right. He's not a Reed, is he?
Negative.
He's what?
No, he's a Schuler.
Yeah, he's a Schuler. Shandon Schuler, who is Jake's nephew, a very talented colorist on the computer. He did our TV here, and did some other stuff for us in the past. And I just think it might be a good idea to have him do that because he's just really good at that, and I don't want to dick with it. I'm doing enough. I'm writing, I'm drawing, and inking, and But anyway, I think it'll look great when it's done. This is just a prototypes, and I like this page a lot. So it's coming along, I got a bunch of pages. Okay, this page is the next one that needs to be finished up. Page 4. We'll get back to page 7 and 8 a little later. Let's finish up. First of all, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back and we're going to ink the rest of this water here. And do a little more work on my kaboom. And the boat here. And then touch it up with whiteout. Make sure it's all good. Take off the pencil lines. And then page 4 is ready for a scan. After that. For a photo, I mean. And then page 5 also requires a little bit of work on the water here in the background. Some water lines and things to show they're in the water. And I'm leaving all of my balloons and all my captions blank, so we can insert the lettering mechanically with the fonts that we have. What was the name of that font we have?
Crime
The one you're
Fighter.
using?
Crime Fighter.
Crime Fighter. Appropriate. Were you able to locate a font for the newspaper headlines?
Yeah, they use pretty standard fonts like Helvetica and Times New Roman. And
Yeah, with the little serifs on it, like
Right.
okay, yeah, that's what we need. That's something I got to work on this week. I got to get all those. I got to erase those and get those newspapers drawn really nice and tight, and then we got to fill those captions in.
It's gonna be hard to do because we're gonna have to rotate it 3D.
Well,
So I'm gonna have to use.
maybe I can do the lettering by hand. I mean, I could really very carefully do it that way. I don't think that'd be an objectionable thing, would it?
No.
Because it is.
Not
They're
for the
the newspapers
newspaper.
are tilted.
Yeah.
They're not standing straight up. So you'll have to tilt the lines.
The main title might have like a logo type.
Yeah, the main title has the main
decoration.
headline, or the name of the paper
The name of the paper
has to have some kind of a logo
Right.
type of word lettering. But yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'll just do it by hand, man. And if they strike us down for it, I guess
No,
they strike us down
Not
for
for
it.
the newspaper, but for the balloons, the rest of it. The newspaper it's part of the image.
It's what?
It's part of the image. You know what I mean? It's part of the panel. It's not. It's not dialogue or narration, or it's not in a word balloon. Like, it doesn't have.
No,
to
it's
be
not,
prompted.
but it has to be read, and it has to be legible, and it has to resemble
Yeah.
a little bit
But
clean, like a
it's
newspaper.
It's a newspaper in the picture.
Exactly. All right, well, we're going to take 5, and we come back and get back on this exciting stuff. And I hope you'll stay with us, and thanks for stopping in, everybody. We appreciate it. This is Mike Jones Draws. I'll be right back.
Be right back.
We are back. Are we live? Are we
Yeah.
sound on?
Uh-huh.
Good. Yeah. It's nice to come on and be able to be heard. We're back and we're knocking on some stuff. We're finishing up a few details on a couple of these pages. So they'll be ready for to be photographed. We have a brand new camera on the way, one that's super high resolution. It's going to take brilliant pictures of these pages that'll look much better than this. These are I mean, they look good. I don't think they look bad at all, really, but the definition will be clearer. The page will be whiter. It'll just be a very clean and very high resolution picture in order to give the best quality possible. Quite happy with the way most of these pages are coming out. All right, let's clean up all these pencil lines. Definitely, by doing it in the manner I'm doing it, by doing the basic drawing first, the layouts on a slightly smaller paper, then taking them and putting them onto the real boards, it has proved helpful because it minimizes the excess pencil lines that I have to take off of it. Because I can clean the pencil drawings up when I transfer them onto the boards. So there's less mess, less erasing. The Zorro music is quite rousing, isn't it?
This part is.
Dun 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 dun, like the horses, like they're on horses or something, or they're fighting.
Let's see. Yeah, they're fighting.
Also, we'll probably have to go back over and redarken some of the larger black areas.
know what you need is a proper light table, Mike.
I do. That'll be the next. That'll be the next big item on the list when we get ready to buy some more equipment. A real light table that, but unfortunately that it'd have to be incorporated right here somehow because
no shadows.
actually got a little, I've been getting a little flack about the style of this comic, the drawing style, the stylization that I've done with it. But it's not, it's just not a serious. And it's serious, but it's not like, it's not realism, and it's not. I'm not trying to depict a realistic looking world. It's a very stylized world of the sheeple. You know, you were talking earlier about Douglas Fairbanks owning or Johnny was telling you about Douglas Fairbanks owning a home down here. That's not surprising to me, but no, Al Capone had a home here.
Really?
Yeah, he did. And we've gone by that place a few times.
Little New York.
Yep.
Wait. He was Chicago, wasn't
He was from Chicago.
he? Yeah.
Al Capone was. Originally, he was from New York, I think. And he moved to Chicago to work for a man named Johnny Torrio. And that's what started him on his rise to power. By the way, Sierra went and saw Mike and Ruth this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're doing all right. All right, here we have page 6 or page 5, and it is ready for photographing, sir.
All right.
All right, this one is going to be another similar looking kind of a thing, but
Scotty says, great looking explosion. It is a pretty good looking explosion, ain't it?
thanks, Scotty. I always worry about how those kinds of things will turn out. Zorro music is working for me, man. It's inspired me.
Good. We haven't had to recycle any of it yet, you know? Any of the silent soundtracks. We've had a new one every week since we started.
Well, that's because they got. You can thank my love of silent movies for that.
Yes.
I have about. I don't know exactly how many I've got. I think I've got about 50 some odd silent movies, for sure. Okay, I believe this one's ready too.
All right. That whiteout looks terrible in the light table.
I know. I know. Now we're done. Oh, no, we're not done. We got a couple of more little erase lines to make. All right. And there is page 4. I would like to see that letter today. I want to see what that looks like.
Okay.
All right, now next thing we're going to do is, what time is it?
6:30.
All right, it's been about 45 minutes on the board since I come back, so I'm taking another 3-minute break. I'll be back and I'll try to figure out something else to work on. I think I could ink these pages, but I'm going to wait to do those till next week. I'm going to see what I got here. Okay, these are going to have to be redrawn with the light table, so I don't want to do that tonight. Let's do something else. Actually, the only thing I want to do really is with the light table tonight. I don't think I got a whole lot of. I should probably redo this page, you know? But it'll be okay.
Probably make it work.
Ah, here we go. Here's something that needs to be worked on. These. And I think I'm going to work on that on my own. I don't think I'm going to work on that that requires a little dexterity and I don't want to make any mistakes with it. Here's page 12. Without the writing, of course. And I got some stuff to add to that still. Do you think you could locate the original page that I did of that? I think it's in a. I think I put them all together in a stack. And I guess you can turn the light back on now, huh? Oh, that's bright, man.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Too much light.
Yeah, I see that. This one.
Hmm?
This one.
Yep, that's the one. Thank you. Okay, we gotta touch up these buildings here and add some little computer screens and a keyboard thing down here and ink in the boxes, the caption boxes. And this page will be ready. The way I look at it, if we knock out if I get 3 pages ready for scanning, ready for photographing it every week, I think we'll be doing pretty good. So what I do tomorrow night after work is I'll come home and I'll finish doing the preliminary work on 2 more pages and redraw the cover. because I'm doing the cover over. And then we got to come up with, and then all 4 of them will be ready to ink on Sunday. I might be able to squeeze 4 off, but that's pushing it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then do the cover again, and the inside cover, and we got we have to do a back cover, and we got to do an inside back cover. So I think what I'm going to do is probably some kind of like the Marvel's comics used to have their pinup pages, like little posters of the characters. I'll just do a little pinup of the Scarlet Mutton and his car, and then in a different pose, like with some kind of blurb that it tells you to come back, next issue, and give possibly some kind of a hint about what the next issue is, or what the title of the next issue is. And the second episode, Flocka will meet up with the Master of Disguise, Alonzo Verbosi, who is a crafty customer. And that is an episode we'll call Double or Mutton. And the other, since we got 3 parts for each one of the episodes, the second chapter will probably be tentatively titled The Fleece and the Voice. And the third chapter will be Ain't No Fleece Like the One I Got. And that will be when he ends up apprehending him of course, coming close to the jaws of death every time, So the first part after this prologue, the first episode is called To Catch a Lupine, and the second episode of that one is called a Rendezvous. Or I said I give each of the titles 2 titles. And try to make a little play on words with them. I say, and one's called To Catch a Lupine, or You Can't Pull the Wool Over Our Eyes. The second title is called Rendezvous with Peril, or I Was a Victim of a Wolf Gang. The third one is called forgotten what the third one's called. It's called, I'll have to look it up, because I wrote it down. Oh, it's in give me my script over there. The script with the script, yeah, that's it. The third chapter is called Lambs to the Slaughter. That's right. Or, let's see. Oh no, Ain't No Fleece Like the One I Got. That's actually goes on that title. The other one is something like our spines have tender fleece, or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm using it. It'll be something like that for the other one, but you get the idea that it's a little bit of inside humor there to these chapters. It's not to be taken too seriously. It's just a lighthearted adventure story with sheeple. right. Taking a quick 5, and I'll be right back to finish up this page. And I do believe that after that we're going to be calling it quits for the evening, unless you want to continue, Mr. Reed. I'll leave that decision in your hands. I'll be right back, folks. Don't go away. We are back, and we're going to finish up this page here. Those of you just tuning in, if you are tuning in, Mike Jones, this is Mike Jones Draws. Where me and Jacob Boone, Jake Reed, every week sit down and tirelessly create new and interesting comics. Interesting? New, yes, but interesting, listen. We'll let you guys be the judge of that, I guess.
It'll be a lot more interesting when it's done. Chipping away. Published. Published, that's an interesting word.
Yes, it is. Thank you all for your patience. I need my little breaks here and there. Keep the juices flowing. All right. I'm going to have to turn the light table back on.
Okay.
That won't be for long. This page is about done. Too much light. Still just a little too much light. The light's got to go. That works. Now I can see it. Okay. Right. problem with this thing. Yes. Alright, we just about got this. Did you want to go ahead and order that pizza, man?
It doesn't take long.
Alright. This one's done too. Alright. That's the last of it for today. Our comic is coming along. We finished page 12. We penciled 7 and 8. And we touched up, I guess, was it 6 or 5?
5 and 6.
5 and 6, yeah. And 1, 2, and 3, I guess, we're already in there. Already been photographed, but we're going to rephotograph them again as soon as we get our camera, which will come while I'm on vacation. So on the broadcast from the 29th, I guess it's maybe this month, the 29th is a Sunday, I think. Anyway, the Sunday after the 26th, we'll be back. We won't be here on the 23rd, I think it is. We're not going to be on this month. I'm going to tell you that in advance because I'm going on vacation. And Jacob Boone's taking a well-deserved day off. And we're going to just hang out and have a good time with the family. And we'll be back to celebrate our new camera. And by that time, we'll have more pages done. And we can actually get them up and see what they look like finished. Final without color. But the color will come later. Hopefully by that time we'll have Shandon working on some pages, and we'll be able to show you some of those too. So we got a lot to look forward to. The origin is coming together. It's not really the complete origin. It is a recap, prologue type of just to get us started. We hit the bullet points of his origin, and we're going to do his origin in complete, total, all details in the issue 3. So this will be a special, large size issue. I expect it to be about 30-40 pages, and it's going to tell you everything you need to know, answer all the questions about him. And we'll be free from then on to just do nothing but adventures and hopefully bring in some cool characters that will resonate. You know, there's some cool villains, some cool side characters, and who knows where this guy's journey will take him. You know, he's a vigilante, but he's the Robin Hood of Valley City, and he just needs time to prove it. So thank you for watching today. I hope everybody had a good time. Don't forget to miss us next week when we do some more. We're getting closer with this thing. And we'll... also, I plan on taking a Sunday here and there also to take a break from the mutton now and again, to work on a piece for our Fine Art America store. Don't forget to visit our Fine Art America store and look at our products we have to offer. They're very quality products, and I'm sure you'll be quite satisfied. In fact, the Jacob Boone here is wearing one of my products today. He's wearing the skull T-shirt that we did. So, you know,
I got my Crypt Keeper mask with me everywhere I go.
Well, you know, what's going on with that is we can't. I mean, we need more products. We need more products. We need product. We got products.
We need more.
We need more channel art for the products, and it's just coming slowly. You know, we only got about 10 pieces up there to choose from right now, and so you know we're just gonna have to add more pieces as I think up some crazy stuff. You know, but I had to get this comic strip off my chest. It just was driving me insane, and. And I just want to, you know, get it done and see what kind of reaction I get from it. And then, if it's a dud, well, we'll move on back to the drawing board and try again. We always do. We always have. So keep your pencil sharp. Keep drawing. I'm Mike, the Man-Made Monster Jones, saying so long to YouTube, so long to Twitch, and so long to all my friends on Facebook. Take care and have a great week.
See you next time.